The White House door closes behind every president the same way, with a quiet click. One moment, the leader of the free world stands at the center of history, every word measured, every action dissected. The next, they are just a citizen again, watching the world from the outside. For many Americans, the story of a presidency ends when that door shuts. But what happens afterward, the long shadow of post-presidency, is often just as defining as the years in power. Anthony Scaramucci and Joshua Cohen set out to explore this hidden chapter, the human journey behind the polished legacies, the struggles with irrelevance, and the search for redemption. What they found was a story less about politics and more about humanity, a story of men who, stripped of office, were forced to face themselves. Consider Harry Truman, who left the White House in 1953 with no pension, no wealth, and no plan. He and his wife, Bess, drove themselves back to Missouri, without a single Secret Service agent trailing behind. Neighbors remembered seeing him stroll to the town square alone, carrying his own bags, shaking hands with ordinary citizens. He refused corporate offers worth millions because he felt it would commercialize the presidency. Poverty pressed down on him, but dignity mattered more. In his quiet life after power, Truman revealed a truth: sometimes the measure of a leader is not what they cling to, but what they let go. Then came Jimmy Carter, who many had dismissed as a failed president. He left Washington in 1981 bruised by inflation, the Iran hostage crisis, and the perception that he had been too gentle for the harsh world of politics. But Carter's post-presidency rewrote his story entirely. In Plains, Georgia, he built a life of service. Swinging hammers with Habitat for Humanity, negotiating peace deals, fighting disease in Africa, and winning the Nobel Peace Prize decades after voters had turned him away. His life became a parable that losing power doesn't mean losing purpose. Contrast that with Richard Nixon, a man haunted by Watergate and the only president forced to resign in disgrace. His post-presidency was marked by exile, ridicule, and deep shame. Yet, through years of writing and quiet diplomacy, Nixon clawed back a measure of respect, advising presidents from both parties and helping shape foreign policy until his death. His story wasn't one of absolution but of resilience, proof that even in the ruins of reputation, one can still build. Scaramucci and Cohen highlight the irony: the presidency is often thought of as the peak of life, but for many men, it is only the beginning of a second act. Some flourish in private life, finally free from the constant spotlight. Others struggle in the silence, unable to replace the rush of power. Dwight Eisenhower, once the supreme commander of Allied forces, found comfort in painting. Bill Clinton, restless and endlessly ambitious, launched a foundation that reshaped global health policy. Barack Obama, with